Hi everybody. Before we get started on our tutorial for basic crochet stitches, I just want to talk a moment about crochet hooks. Okay, they come in many different forms. You can get Susan Bates or Boye, B-O-Y-E, at Joann's, Walmart, I believe, Clover brand. Those are all great. This is a Clover brand with the kind of padded handle on there and then the steel hook. Crochet hooks come in different sizes. They come in the United States, they come in letters. G, H, E, F, L, M, and then next to them, they have what the millimeters are. So in any crochet pattern, you are going to be told what the recommended hook size is. Also, when you purchase your yarn, it will also tell you on the label what the recommended hook size is. For instance, I've got a sweet roll here, which is 100% acrylic from Joann's. This tells you it's a number 4 medium worsted weight acrylic, and it will tell you the recommended hook size for crochet or needle size for knitting. It will also tell you what the care instructions are, whether they want you to hand wash it, washing delicate cold water, tumble dry low. So look for those things. In my tutorial, we are going to be just using a very basic yarn. So get yourself something like that, some just basic number 4 weight acrylic. Red Heart Super Saver is a great one to choose. This is really beautiful. This is Red Heart Boutique Unforgettable in the stained glass color. And again, you can see on this label, okay, you see your number 4, and it will give you your care instructions. It will give you your crochet hook or knitting needle sizes, okay? And it will give you the name, and it will also tell you how many yards is in one particular skein. So you want to make sure whatever project you're doing, you get enough yardage for your project. I always suggest get extra, okay? So now that we've got that part covered, go ahead and grab yourself a decent sized hook. I'm not sure what size I used for this tutorial, but get yourself like a G, an H, an I. You can go smaller if you want. If you're in the UK, you want to get yourself at least a 4 to a 5.5 millimeter hook. And it doesn't matter whether you grab a bamboo, which is a lot of people say that wood, birch, walnut, bamboo are much easier on your hands. And of course, now they've come out with all the padded ones, ergonomic shaped ones. Some of these came in a kit that I got. They're plastic. They're not my favorite. But yeah, so just get yourself a couple hooks for now. If you can get a set, they sell them at Walmart, they sell them at Joann's. Get yourself a set, look for coupons, and just, get some basic sizes for now. But for now, we're going to go ahead and move forward with a simple tutorial. I'm going to be teaching you how to chain, how to do a slip stitch, how to do a single crochet, a double crochet, and a treble crochet. And in UK terms, I don't know exactly all of them, but I do know a single is considered a double in the UK. A double is considered a treble in the UK, and I'm not sure what our treble is considered in the UK. It may be considered a double treble, okay? But it will be in US terminology, and I hope this helps. I had forgotten to mention about yarn and about crochet hooks. You can get these cute holders or make them yourself. A friend of mine made this for me with the sugar skulls on it, and I just love it. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So I promised that I was going to do a basic crochet instructional tutorial, and I'm hoping that I've got my camera pointed correctly. All right. So, unlike knitting, we don't cast a bunch of stitches onto our crochet hook, okay? Generally, what we do is we make a slip stitch, and this is how I do mine. There's many ways that people do them. They're so easy. I just lay it over my index finger, hold it with my thumb, wrap it around, and let it kind of crisscross. And then I slip the crochet hook in, and I grab the yarn that's behind, and I pull it through. See that little loop? And then I take my finger out, and I just pull the tail and the working yarn. Now, working yarn is the yarn that goes to your skein or your ball of yarn, okay? Now, I'm using a light green number 4 worsted weight yarn, and that is what they consider a medium weight yarn. This is acrylic. This does not have any wool in it, and I'm suggesting when you get started, do that. Do not get black because it's very difficult for especially newbies to crochet to see your stitches if you're using black, okay? So get a lighter color for practice, all right? So here we go. We've got our slip stitch. Let's do that one more time to make sure that you understand what a slip stitch is, okay? I just lay it over one finger. I hold the tail. I let it kind of crisscross. I slip my crochet hook in. I grab the back yarn and pull it over the front, just like that. Let go and just pull tight, okay? So that's your slip stitch, okay? Now this, usually when you have a slip stitch, it's not going to count as a stitch. So what we're going to do, sorry, keep moving my hands away from the camera. What we're going to do now is I want you to chain 4, okay? Chain 4. So chaining 4 is you're going to wrap it around your hook and you're going to pull it through. And you see how I am holding the tail for stability with my thumb and middle finger. Oh, and before we get started, let's talk about how you hold your yarn. I've seen so many different ways. I've seen people hold their yarn just like holding it between their ring finger and their pinky, like that. Or between their middle finger and their ring finger. I'll show you how I do it. It doesn't make it right or wrong, okay? I simply have my palm facing me. I put the yarn over my pinky, go behind, come back up, and then I grab the yarn with my index finger like that, okay? Now, with my thumb and middle finger, it allows me to hold my work. So, the reason for this is I can get even tension, okay? So we'll do it again. Palm side around my pinky and let it come up, and this is how I hold it, okay? So it is between my middle finger and my index finger, and then comes over the back towards palm side, okay? You don't have to do it that way. Hold it however it feels natural and comfortable to you, okay? So we'll go back to our slip knot again, and we are going to chain 4, okay? 1, wrap, pull through. 2, wrap, pull through. That's 3. Wrap, pull through. That's 4. Now I want you to look at your stitches. You see how your stitches look like little V's to the side? I'll hold them straight up and down. See how they look like V's? Okay, when you're crocheting, a lot of people call these 2 parts of the V the legs of the V, okay? So you've got your front leg, you've got your back leg. And some instructions will tell you to crochet only in the back leg. So what that would mean is you would put your needle in and only work with just the back leg like that. Or conversely, if they say just the front leg, then you would just grab the front leg of that stitch, okay? But we're not going to worry about any of that for right now because we're just starting out, okay? And make sure that your chain is straight. Okay, so now we have chained 4. Let's count our chains, okay? The one on the hook does not count, okay? So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we have our 4 chains. I'm going to be teaching you the basic stitches right now, okay? And we are going to work those stitches into a ring that we're going to create right now, because this ring is the way you start granny squares and so many different things. Shawls, hats, lots of things, okay? So what I'd like you to do now is slip stitch into the first chain that we created. So if you have your tail, if you're holding your tail, you feel the knot there, okay? Well, the first chain above that knot is your very first chain. So I want you to take your hook, go into that chain, you can see the hole there, go into that chain, grab the yarn, pull it through that chain, and pull it through the loop on your hook. That is a slip stitch. So you haven't actually made a single crochet or a double crochet stitch. You have just simply made a ring by slip stitching. Now, if you look at your ring and you kind of pull it apart, you will see right here, there is the center. If you can kind of see where my finger's sticking through there. Whoops, let me get it right in the, there you go. See where my finger is sticking through there? Okay, you kind of want to keep that open because we are going to be working. That is the center of the ring. And we're going to be working our stitches into the center of the ring. The first stitch I want to teach you is a single crochet. And it's very simple, very, very simple. You want to give your working yarn a little tug just to make sure you've got things tight enough. But remember to keep your finger there so you can see the center of that hole, okay? So for a single crochet, all you're going to do is you're going to go with your hook into the center of the ring, grab your working yarn with your hook and pull it through. You notice you have 2 loops on your hook right now, okay? 1, 2. Right now I want you to wrap the yarn around your hook and pull it through both. You have just done a single crochet, okay? Let's go ahead and do that one more time. We're going to take our hook, we're going to go into the center hole. Don't grab your tail by accident. You can kind of just hold that with your work, with your thumb and your middle finger, or whatever fingers you're using, okay? So we have gone into the center. We're going to grab our working yarn. Some people call this pulling up a loop, okay? So we pulled it through. We've got 2 loops on our hook. We're going to wrap, and we're going to pull through both. That is a single crochet, okay? Let's do it one more time, all right? We're going to go into the center of the ring. We're going to grab that yarn, pull it through, 2 loops on our hook, 1, 2. We are going to wrap and pull through both, okay? Now, if your crochet hook splits your yarn, try and gently either just completely redo that stitch, or try and just gently make sure that you've got all the pieces of that loop on your hook. Because sometimes, and I am using, I don't know what kind of yarn this is because I got it secondhand in a yarn lot from somebody. And I don't usually use acrylics, but yeah, so I don't even know what brand this is. I'm guessing it's probably Red Heart. All right, so now we just did a single crochet. So now what we're going to do is a double crochet, okay? Now remember, for the single crochet, what we did was we just put our hook in the center of the circle, grabbed the yarn and pulled it through. Well, we're going to do something a little bit different now. Before we go into the center of that circle, we are going to wrap the yarn first, okay? So here's our wrap, here's our one loop that's already on the hook. Now we're going to go in the circle. And what you can do, especially if you're a beginner, take your index finger of the hand that's holding your hook and hold on to that wrap so you don't lose it. Kind of come forward, bend forward, go into that hole. We're going to grab the yarn again. We're going to pull it through. Now you'll notice this time we have 3 loops on our hook. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let's get that tail out of the way again. All right, so we want to wrap again. We just want to go through 2 loops on the hook. We still have 2. We're going to wrap again and go through 2. That is a double crochet. Let's do it again. Okay, we're going to wrap. We're going to hold with our index finger. We're going to kind of bend forward, go into the center of that ring, grab yarn again, pull it through. We have 3 loops. 1, 2, 3. We are going to wrap. We are going to pull through 2. We are going to wrap. We are going to pull through the last 2. That is a double crochet. Okay, we want to do that one more time. Let's wrap, hold with our index finger, go into the center ring, grab the yarn, pull it through. We have 3 loops. We're going to wrap and go through 2. We're going to go wrap and go through the last 2. Now you'll notice how much taller the double crochets are from the single crochets, okay? They get much taller in height, okay? All right, so now you have learned a single crochet and a double crochet. And believe me, there's a lot more stitches to learn. There is a half double crochet and there is a treble, or some people call them triple crochets. Now, this is all in US terminology, guys. I am not teaching you in UK terms. But if you want UK terms, the ones that I know, the single crochet for United States is called a double in the UK. The double in the United States is called a treble, I believe, in the UK. Okay. Now we're going to learn a treble for the US. Okay. So you remember with the double, we wrapped once, we held with our index finger to control that wrap so we didn't lose it or drop it. This time we're going to wrap twice. Okay, so we've got our original loop, we've got 1 wrap, 2 wrap. Let's go ahead and hold those with our index finger. Let's kind of bend forward, go in the center of that ring. Again, we're going to grab the yarn and pull it through. Now look, we have 4 loops on our hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to wrap and go through 2. And go slow, guys. When you're learning, go slow. We're going to wrap and go through 2. And we're going to wrap and go through the last 2. See how tall that one is? We have just created a treble crochet stitch. Let's do that again. We're going to wrap once, wrap twice. Let's hold those with our index finger. Let's come forward, go in the center of that circle, grab the yarn, and now again we have 4 loops on our hook. You can, don't do your work too tight, okay? Don't make it too loose or too tight, but make it so it's easy for you to work with, okay? We're going to wrap, we're going to go through 2. We're going to wrap, we're going to go through 2. And we're going to wrap and go through the last 2. Again, that is a treble crochet. Let's try that one more time. Okay, we're going to wrap once, wrap twice, and hold. Go into the center of that circle. We're going to grab that yarn. Okay, we're going to wrap. We're going to go through 2. We're going to wrap. We're going to go through 2. We're going to wrap, and we're going to go through 2. Okay, so now what you have learned in this video is how to chain, slip stitch to form a ring, I've taught you how to do the single crochet, the double crochet, and the treble crochet. So I'm going to end this video here, and I'm going to do a part 2 and show you a couple more stitches, and then we are actually going to make something, okay? I hope you like this short little tutorial. I know there's lots of tutorials on YouTube, but my subscribers asked me for this, and so I love to do whatever I can to be helpful. And remember, guys, remember, you are all amazing just as you are. Bye.